Hello, CPT. How you doing? I'm gonna need more makeup. I'm putting more makeup on. How much makeup do I need? How much makeup do I need? Tell me I'm gonna need more makeup. How much makeup do I need? Oh, I can't even do it. I did that way thicker than the other one. I don't know why. Why does that look thicker? Thank you. I don't have to put on a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of makeup and stuff. I do just enough, just enough. I ain't gotta do too much. I'm about to go into the office. That's what I'm about to do. I'm going through some changes, so pretty soon you'll see more dramatic changes. I'm going through some changes. Okay. Uh, yeah, I'm going to work. Yeah, I'm going through some changes, so be patient. Be patient. Everybody's like, when you gonna get new hair? When you gonna do this? When you gonna do that? Everybody, hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm going through some things, some changes. So everybody, hold your peace. Hold your peace. Hold your peace. Okay. All right. But I'm about to go into the office. Probably the rest of the week. Um, I gotta go into the office 8 times a month. Oh, and that drains me. But gotta do what you gotta do. I'm using telescopic lift by L'Oreal. L'Oreal. Okay. I need to do the eyelash curler and all that, but I gotta find it. I don't know what I gotta find it. If I want to elevate the length of the lashes. Oh, you can see it. You drunk? What you doing on here? Go back to bed. Why you drunk on a Tuesday? It's 4 a.m. in LA. Oh. Mm. I would be asleep. I don't know why you up. What did you drink? What did you drink? Oh, Modelo's. Modelo's get you drunk. How many did you drink? You must have drank like 5 of them or something. I bet you LA is fun. It's probably a fun place to be. 10! That's alcohol poisoning. That's too much. 10 is too much. That's a hospital trip. Check your pulse. You might need to call the ambulance in a few minutes. It's expensive. I bet it is. I heard about y'all rent. Okay, well, thank God. Thank God you drank some water and stuff. Mm-hmm. Ain't nothing like an expensive emergency ambulance bill. Ain't nothing like that bill. That'll wake you up. That'll take the drunk right out of you. You be sober up. Like how much? Oh, I'll never do this again. I've always wanted to visit California. I think it would be fun just to visit. I know people visit a couple times and then all of a sudden their brain go off and they say, "Oh my God, I have to live here." No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have to live there. Just visit. You don't need to live there. People visit a couple times and they stay there forever. What city? What city I live in? I live in Indiana. But if I had a chance to visit, I would visit. I don't know. I don't know where I would visit, but in California. But I live in the good old state of Indiana. Okay? Church. This is a church state. We about Jesus. Oh, you've only been to Miami? Oh. You gotta get out. Come to Indiana. You can laugh at us. You can walk around, laugh at us for a couple of days, and then go back home, tell all kind of stories, and say, "Man, I was in Indiana. Them people crazy as hell. Oh, you should have seen them. All the corn. They got so much corn in churches. They got a church on every single corner. Oh man. So you gotta come out here, so you have stories to take back home. Yeah, come to Indianapolis so you have stories to talk about, tell people. Go tell your people what you seen. Because they ain't going to believe you. They're going to be like, dang, that's crazy. Oh, how'd you survive? Man, I don't know. I don't know how I made it. I don't know how I survived there. But just 3 days was enough. I was ready to go back home. So just come and visit us for 3 days so you can have some experiences with the locals. Get you some biscuits and apple butter. You know what I mean? Come here and, and visit the Children's Museum. Go to the IMAX theater. Go downtown. See what the locals do. How we have fun. How we have religious fun. Go downtown and visit all the little whatevers. Yeah, it'd be a whole different world. Whole different world. A whole different world. So just come down here, and then we got all kinds of foods. I mean, all kinds of different culture foods and stuff like that. Just come down here and have some fun for 3 days. Don't stay no more than 3 days, or you'll have to start going to church, and you don't want that. So just come down here for like 3 days and have some fun. Talk to people. Now I don't really live in Indianapolis. I live on the outskirts. So I live in like a suburban area. So like a suburban area. So like I can walk out the door and there's all the little shops and little restaurants and bars, and I can walk to a bar, I can walk to a coffee shop and stuff like that. So I live in an area that's more affluent or whatever. Yeah, yeah. Come down here for just the 3 days, no more. Don't stay no more than 3 days. I don't want you to get trapped. Okay? I don't want you to get into a cult or anything coming down here. So just 3 days only. Come down here, have some fun, some laughs. Go to the apple orchard. Go pick you some apples. Have some fresh apple donuts and stuff, and go on little hay rides and all of that. October is the month to come down to Indiana, because then you can go do all the little fun farm stuff. Do all that. So get into that. Come down here for that. Have fun. Yes, the apples is good. Oh man, there's a farm called, and you might want to write this down. It's called uh what is it? Now I just drew a blank. Tuttle's Farm. Tuttle's Farm has apple cider, fresh apple cider around this time. Fresh apple cider donuts and honeys and jellies, and oh, it's just so much stuff they got. Apple pies, fresh, beautiful apple pies and all that kind of stuff. You know, oh, it's a beautiful time. It's a beautiful time. The people are nice. They're nice to everybody. My mama goes there all the time. She lived right by there. So she loves going to the Tuttle's Farm, and getting her little fix of apples, her bag of apples. And we have all kind of apples, all the way from Galas to the Fuji apples to the Honey Crisp to the Cosmos. All kinds. Pick what you want. So come down here. Okay? Have you a good time. Oh, I hope to see you here. Come down here, have fun. That goes for everybody. Everybody's invited. Everybody's invited to come to Indiana, enjoy, and get that demon out your body. If you've been having that demon in your body, you've been having that demon in your body, and you've been going through trials and tribulations, and you've been suffering. Come down to Indiana and get all this religion inside of you for 3 days. No more than 3 days. Enjoy the land, the clean streets. It's clean here. All the streets are clean. It's not dirty. Okay? Come here with an open mind. With an open mind. Enjoy. Just enjoy. Have a good time. The Pacers, that's all you need to know. All you need to know is it's a Hoosier state. We love basketball, church, and race cars. So everybody drive fast around here. We love race cars. We love Jesus. Jesus. Every time you about to commit a crime here, there's a church on every corner to remind you you may not want to do that. Because right after you come, in your mind to do the crime, there's a church and then there's a police station. So the church and the police station is very close together. So you may not want to commit that crime. You may not want to commit that crime. Put those people TV back in their house. Because the church is looking at you. God is everywhere all over here. Watching and judging. Yeah. But I hope you have a great visit when you do come. Enjoy yourself. Don't take nothing too seriously. Now see, wait a second now. Cause I seen Utah in a documentary. Okay, they a whole nother level. They a whole nother level of religious. We not that. We are a Walmart kind of religious, not a Scientology, marry your cousin religion. We not that kind. We more of a Walmart type of religion. We have several different denominations here. We have all kind of South Asian churches. We have a lot of Muslim, Catholic, Baptist, whatever tickles your fancy. We get all the flavors of religion here. Okay, all the flavors, but we don't have that Utah. We ain't on that Utah level. We ain't there. Okay, we down here. We down here, not there. That's too much what they got going on in Utah. That's too much. No, see, that's too much for me. See, we don't go that far. We little religion. We little religion, not big religion. We little. We do a little bit, not a lot. Okay, and just we have like little. We still have strawberry socials downtown where everybody has strawberry ice cream and all that kind of stuff, and you know we have church fish fries. So you get you a fish dinner at church for $5. Stuff like that. We little religion. We not, Chase Bank religion. We just little religion. Just a little bit of Jesus. Not a lot. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, just a little religious. Just a touch. You know, not too atheist. Just it's a mixture here. It's a mixture here. Just a little bit. Not a lot. We don't go too far. Not too far. Okay? I respect everybody's religion. I respect everybody's stuff. But yeah, I think the Utah thing, that's too much. Yeah, I don't need to know everybody. I don't need to know every single person. I don't need to, because I think in Utah, I think I watched a documentary where they kicked all the boys out the town and all this kind of stuff. See, we don't have all that. We don't have the incest, polyamories, We don't have the polyamory churches and all this kind of the polygraph churches. We don't have all that. You know, we strict with just the Bible. You know, just the Bible and the preacher. That's it. We ain't got all that. You know, a lot of the preachers here ain't even married. Some of them are just preachers. They're not even married. They single. There's a Mormon, but yeah, I respect it. I respect it too. Yeah, I'm with you. I respect it too. Just leave me alone, okay? I'm just here for a good time, not a long time. Okay, just here, just for a good time. Okay, don't pressure me. I had a neighbor. Well, I lived next to this girl, and I was, she was by herself. I'm by myself. So she came knocking on my door, and she asked me about religion and did I want to go to church with her one day. And let me tell you something. I said, okay, I'm a single person. I ain't got nothing going on. I said, yeah, I'll go to church with you. Man, I went to church with her. Let me tell you something. Went to church, and the people noticed me as soon as I, was in there. And they said, is anybody, you know how they announce, is anybody new to the church? Anybody new out there in the congregation? Anybody new visitors or whatever? I didn't stand up. I ain't standing up. I'm not going to announce it. And they said, we got a new visitor right there. Somebody pointed me out. We got a new visitor. I'm like, really? You going to point me out? You going to point me out? And told everybody I'm new. So I had to stand up. Hi, hi, yeah, I'm new to the church. And before I knew it, they had signed me up for a singles date night at the church, invited me to 2 or 3 people's houses, invited me to a confessional. I said, what the hell is a confessional? So when I went to that confession thing, okay, they signed me up for that. I went to the confession thing. All these people sitting around. They started talking about all the stuff they did over the weekend. It sounded horrible. It was like a horror show. I said, "Oh my God, ooh, girl, you did that?" And I'm just sitting. And then they got to me and they said, "So what did you do? What do you want to confess?" I'm like, I'm not telling y'all nothing. I'm not telling y'all anything. Y'all can tell y'all business, but I'm not gonna tell mine. I'm not. I don't even know y'all. Y'all know each other. I'm not telling y'all nothing. Yeah, I think I made a bad impression, so she didn't invite me no more to any more of the functions. Okay, because I wouldn't confess anything. So, I'm an outlaw. I'm an outlaw. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that lady tells all kind of stories about me nowadays. She probably like, yeah, there was this one lady I lived next door to, and she just wouldn't confess. She just wouldn't confess her sins. Mm-hmm. Kenneth Copeland. Yeah, I hate that they make the money off of people and stuff. And if you're going to make money off the people, improve the neighborhood, improve the community, provide jobs, build companies, invest. And they don't do that. They just collect the money and buy a helicopter. That's it. We got a preacher here who brought a helicopter and he flies in from church to church. Like you can't drive. You can't drive from ceremony to ceremony. Hello, Sanchez. How you doing? Long time no see. I'm like, you can't drive from church to church. Why you got to use a helicopter? So we got one of them here in Indiana. He fly a helicopter from church to church. But hey, woo woo, how you doing? So he flies in from, church to church and stuff like that. But, Indiana is a good place to visit for 3 days only, no more than that. You can go to the Indiana State Fair. I think that's open till September something. We have the Indiana State Fair where you can get your double stuffed Oreo cookies, your Oreo dipped in butter, your giant turkey legs. You get your big old funnel cakes, your elephant ears. Get you some Italian sausage and yeah. Make sure you bring your Pepto Bismol and bring your heart monitor, because that stuff can be really dangerous, eating all that kind of stuff at the fair. Make sure you carry your Pepsi, AC, your Tums, your Gas X when you at the state fair. Hello, Steins, thank you. Make sure you carry all your essentials. Make sure you wear good shoes walking around the Indiana State Fair. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want your feet swelling up in your shoes after eating them turkey legs and funnel cakes. Okay, so we got all of that right now. Right now at the fair, and then in October we have the spooky Halloween thing. You like haunted houses and stuff. We got a lot of scary stuff here. Not just the churches. The churches are not enough to scare you. We also have haunted houses. We have haunted houses. So come to Indiana so you can go through the haunted house and have a good time. Scare yourself to death. You know. Have a good time at the haunted house. We have laser tag. We have laser tag. All your little, we have bow and arrow. We have top and golf. You can shoot bow and arrow. You can shoot at the gun range for fun. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. You have horror nights. You love Halloween stuff? Yes. It does, Sanchez. Come here and have just a little bit of fun here and there. Go to we have a place, we have a business here that makes all these big old pies. They make these gigantic pies. Get you a gigantic pie. They make gigantic pork tenderloin sandwiches if you like that kind of thing. We got Hawaiian barbecue. We got Korean barbecue. Restaurants that are very good. All kind of stuff. You can go eat you some sushi if you want to. The sushi's good and stuff like that. So don't count Indiana out. We don't have beaches and we don't have, all of that. But we got personality. I would say personality. That's about it. We got personality. So you come here, you have fun, go to the bars, talk crazy to some people, do some karaoke nights, dress up and, do some little. When people come here, sometimes they don't know what to do. Then they say, Indiana's boring because they don't know where to go and they don't know what to do. So if you find a person that knows where to go and what to do, then you can have fun. Then you can say, oh yeah, I had a good time in Indiana. It's not LA, it's not Miami, it's not New York, but it has its own personality. Mhm. Mhm. And I know Indiana can't be that bad because we get visitors all the time. There's visitors from Texas. Every time I turn around, I see different license plate. Texas, people be here from Texas, Chicago. Chicago people love to come down here to Indiana. Chicago people are the biggest culprits as far as visitors. They love coming to Indiana. I don't know what it is. I think because it's a little bit slowed down, and Chicago and New York and stuff is like rapid fire. You on the move. You on the move. You like this. When Indiana you come down here, your brain slows down at least 30 seconds, okay? Your brain slows down and you become relaxed. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Every city is amazing. Yeah, I like Chicago. Now I do like Chicago. See, I like visiting Chicago because of the food, the atmosphere, the people. Hello, Fruit Blade. Welcome back. So I love visiting Chicago because of the people and all that kind of stuff and the food. Da, 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 da. I love that. I love that. But people come here to slow down because this is slow down. This ain't high pace. People going when you go to the diners, you go to the diners and get your food and stuff. You ain't gonna you can't expect them to rush out your food. They gonna take their time and cook your food to perfection. You know what I mean? They gonna take their time. So if you're in a rush, don't come down here. What? When I go to Chicago, I ain't never seen nothing hood. I don't know what part of Chicago you could be talking about. I don't do nothing hoodish. Okay, I don't do the thuggery. I don't do the thuggery. When I go to Chicago, it's usually for work. And when I go for work, I don't do all that. I go to the inner part of the city. I have fun. I go out to dinner and all that kind of stuff. I don't see the hood stuff. Yeah, I don't know nothing about the hood life. I don't know nothing about that. If they shooting somewhere in Chicago, I ain't never seen it. Now another place to go. Now if you on this side, you might as well take you a little trip around the Midwest. Cincinnati in the summer. Let me tell you about Cincinnati in the summer. Now that's a place. Now you go to Cincinnati in the summer. They have free concert out there in the middle of the little city part, and they have all these bands that come all day long, and it's free, and you just listen to all the music, walk around, go to the restaurant, shop or whatever. You can walk around, take so many pictures. They also have the African American Museum there, which is really neat. It's a really nice museum there in Cincinnati. So you can go there. And then if you go just a hop, skip, and a jump, you get into Kentucky. Is it Kentucky? I think it's Kentucky. And then there's that aquarium thing. There's that aquariums, I don't know what you want to call it, zoo, whatever thing. They got that over there. A new Stranger Things season. I'm gonna have to see about that. I didn't know that. But if you visit, make sure you take a tour. Go to Cincinnati. Go to, have fun over there. Take some pictures. Go to Chicago, get you some popcorn in Chicago. That's the main thing in Chicago. That Garrett's popcorn, get you some of that. Okay, you won't be disappointed. And then, get you some apples from Indiana. And when you go home, you can say, wow, I had a great time. I had a great time. I had a great 3 days. I went to 3 different states, had fun, talked to people, met some locals. Somebody cussed me out. I got ran out of the store by the Klan. Fun stuff. Oh, really? Mm. I bet you that was an interesting time, Mississippi. I'm scared of places like that. Mississippi, Alabama, because we already got a little touch. See, here in Indiana, we have a touch, of the Klan and all that kind of, just a touch. Not enough to sound the alarm, but we got a touch of it here, just a smidge. Okay, but in Alabama and Mississippi, the whole state is like that. I ain't got time for that. Okay, we don't have time for that. Right here in Indiana, we tolerate each other to an extent. Long as you not causing problems and craziness, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. When I was younger, there used to be a lot of racial stuff when I was younger. As I'm older, there's not much I see that happens to me racially. I haven't seen a lot of stuff. I think people in Indiana are just so relaxed and so calm. Don't have time for all that. You never seen them? Oh, well, yeah, they exist. And here. They here. If you travel down South Indiana, that's where you see these people. But see, I don't travel. I don't go down south. I don't go south of Indiana. I have no reason to go there. Because down south, all they still got Sears and J.C. Penney. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you? They main restaurant is Applebee's. Okay, we above that. Where I'm at, I'm by Cooper's Hawk restaurants and Bonefish and those kind of restaurants, and 1833, the Ruth and Chris, and all the other little fancy restaurants. I ain't seen a J.C. Penney in years. Okay, I ain't seen a Sears store in forever. That kind of stuff is down south. Okay, those people mad down there for whatever reason. They just stay mad all the time. I know that's right, said Chad. That's what I do. I ain't got time for it either. I got other stuff to worry about. I got other stuff to do. I can't worry about that. Now, if you bring it to me, then we got a problem. But long as you stay on your side and I stay on my, leave me alone. That's all I can say. You got a mental issue. Okay, people that think like that and nasty and mean like that, they got some type of mental issue going on, and only God can fix that. I can't fix that. Only God can fix it, not me. I have to live life like I want to, like I have been intended to do. I live my life like that. I live my life with purpose and helping people, being a good person. I have no time for negativity and nastiness and being mean and hating people because of the color of their skin and all that. I don't have time for that. I have a bigger purpose than that. Yes, I know who Candy is. Oh, she did. I'm gonna have to listen to that. hmm Yeah, so I don't have time for that. I like to be of positivity. That's it. Right, there you go. On a whole different level. I don't have time for that's weak minded. That's weak minded, small minded people. They carrying on the thoughts of their parents. They're carrying that thought on. And I'm not trying to be my mama. I'm not trying to be my mama. Whatever thoughts my mama had about people or whoever, why would you want to keep carrying that on? You have to start thinking for yourself and say to yourself, you know, she may have felt that way about these people, but I need to find out for myself about these people. I need to find out for myself, are they really that bad? Are they really that bad as people say they are? And most of the time you're going to find, no, they not. There's bad apples everywhere. There are bad people in every culture. There's always going to be somebody that's going to be doing something that they ain't supposed to do. Okay? There's bad people on all sides. Nobody can escape that. It is what it is. But everybody ain't the same. Everybody ain't the same. So, don't put me in the category just because you scared to death. I don't know what you're scared of. What am I going to do to you? Nothing. And think about it. You have to also think about if the way people are so, especially black people, the way people are so scared of black people and stuff like that, it's like, what are you scared of? Because you should have been scared years ago, really. Not now. Right now, we at our calm. We are mostly at peace in a way because most of us work. Most of us have um, already faced our trials and tribulations and challenges. We have overcome a whole lot. And right now, we just want peace and equality. We could have been revengeful for some of the things that's been done to us, years and years ago. We could have been just horrible people. We're going to do the same thing you did to us. We're going to do to you. But that never happened. That never, ever happened. Yes, right. Most people are good people. That's why, all this stuff that be going on especially in this country, all this stuff that be going on in this country, and you have to say to yourself, if we all wanted what we got right now up in that top office, that's all I'm gonna say. If we all wanted what's in that top office, well, things would be running differently. But people are fighting against what's going on. So what does that tell you? A lot of people are good. A lot of people want what's best. I think it is a good country. I just think it could be better. I think every time we get ahead just a little bit as a people, especially as understanding each other, liking each other, dealing with each other, after all this time, we get 10 steps, 10 steps forward, and then people try to take us back. It's like, we want to get past this. We want to get to a place of everything just being normal. Just peace. People just want peace. Why take us back? Why take us all the way back through hell? We done got this far. Let's just keep going forward, not backward. Black people just want to have fun, want to laugh, want to work, take care of your family, and work towards your dreams and your passions in life, and leave out of here. That's it. That's all we want to do. Well, it may be hard for a whole another country to come in here, but that doesn't mean that people can't come in here and cause damage individually. Okay? I think people be thinking, oh, we got too much terrain, we got too much ground to cover for somebody to do something. But it could be in the, all right. And it could be in the, well, I got to go. I got something to do. We got to continue this conversation later. But you guys have a great day. Enjoy your morning. I will talk to you later. Bye, Sanchez. Bye, Terex. How do you say your name? Tarexian. Bye. Bye, everybody.